Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Our program is about to start. At this time, I would like to introduce our MC for this evening, Mr. Chris Schaefer, MMA class of 1989.
Good evening, and welcome to the 2025 MMA Senior Banquet. I am Chris Schaefer, a proud graduate of the Centennial class of 1989. I'm a current teacher and senior class advisor at MMA. I am honored to be your MC for tonight. Before we begin, I would like to introduce some VIPs who are attending this evening. Brigadier General Richard V. Geraci, United States Army retired, President of Missouri Military Academy. The Director for Development, Mr. Michael Harper. The Academic Dean, Miss Elizabeth Clement. Senior Army Instructor, Major Wayne Wielander, United States Army retired. And the Alumni Association Vice President, Mr. Jared McGee, class of 1997. The class of 2025 will soon pass through the Arch of Sabers for the last time. As they are introduced, Major Wayne Wielander, Senior Army Instructor of Missouri Military Academy, will present each senior cadet with his final commission. The MMA Alumni Association Vice President, Mr. Jared McGee, will present them with a special gift from the Alumni Association. The gift from the Alumni Association is the 2025 commemorative challenge coin, along with their membership card, which entitles each senior to 2 years of Alumni Association dues free of charge. Also, to make everyone aware, our MMA photographer, Mr. Matt Jackson, is here taking photographs, and they will be shared with you. Please try to stay behind Mr. Jackson so that he doesn't miss any photo opportunities.
And now, the 136th Corps of Cadets in our 2025 graduating class. Henry Westerman, Private, enlisting in the Marines. Carson Mulvaney, Private, University of Cincinnati, Business. Malachi Emery, Private, Lindenwood University, Engineering. Marcus Miller, Private First Class, enlisting in the Army National Guard. Trade Bowie, Private First Class, accepted to St. Louis University, University of Iowa, and Brigham Young University, Finance and Business Administration. Abdulaziz Al-Sahim, Private Second Class, San Diego Mesa College, Business. Mbaye Dion, Private Second Class, Norwich University, Cybersecurity. Seydina Issa Job, Private second class, Arizona State University, psychology. Juan Diego Handal, private second class, Loyola University, New Orleans, business administration. James Jackson, private second class, Drury University, exercise physiology. Keo Ong, private second class, Orange Coast College, engineering. Willem J. Tumdulgur, private second class, Holt International Business School, Boston and Dubai, marketing. William Bishop, corporal, Norwich University, management. Patricio Sanchez Berentzen, corporal, CUNEF University, business. Aaron Elford, sergeant, Oregon State University, biology. Harrison Davis, sergeant, Drury University, environmental science. Tiago Ruas de Luca, sergeant, Rockhurst University, computer science. Tisag Dulgun, staff sergeant, accepted to Temple University and Arizona State University, business marketing. Avon Hernandez, staff sergeant, Drury University, business. Blake Kroll, staff sergeant, Maryville University, music. Aiden Maristiani Diaz, staff sergeant, Norwich University, cybersecurity, computer science. Braxton Facey, staff sergeant, enlisted in the Air Force. Emilio Jose Gomez, sergeant first class, Suffolk University, business entrepreneurship. Ethan Medina Castaneda, Sergeant First Class, Dallas Baptist University, Business. Ryan Miles, Sergeant First Class, Air Force Prep Academy. Alexander McBride, Master Sergeant, Norwich University, Sports Medicine. Inziza Gihana, Master Sergeant, Oral Roberts University, Marketing. Jacob Paley, Master Sergeant, East Central University, Computer Science. Batbilek Bata, First Sergeant, St. Louis University, Mechanical Engineering. Airman Gambat, First Sergeant, DePaul University, Cybersecurity. Álvaro González Farré, First Sergeant, Instituto Tecnológico de Monterrey, Industrial Engineering. Quran Carter, Second Lieutenant, Johnson County Community College, Railroad Science. Zachary Sturgeon, Second Lieutenant, Norwich University, Political Science. Trey Rudolph, Second Lieutenant, Kansas Wesleyan University, Criminal Justice. Buyankhishik Batbold, First Lieutenant, Lewis University, Aviation. Cooper Johnston, First Lieutenant, Iron Eagle Welding Academy, Welding. Logan Lockhart, First Lieutenant, Texas A&M, Agricultural Economics. Yalgun Tuxacan, First Lieutenant, Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, Aviation. Jonathan Valesa, First Lieutenant, enlisting in the Air Force. Dallas Grants, Captain, William Woods University, Cybersecurity. Miles Matthews, Captain, St. Louis University, Physical Therapy. Erdembayar Monkbalor, Captain, Virginia Tech University, Computer Science. Michael Pfeiffer, Captain, Benedictine College, Chemical Engineering. Alexander Pro, Captain, Lindenwood University, Business. Khazardine Saladin, Captain, George Mason University, Economics. Adam Swenson, Captain, enlisting in the Army National Guard. Mu Yi, Captain, Rutgers University, Chemistry. Huslin Termunk, Major, New York University, Shanghai, Business Management. Cruz Hagen, Command Sergeant Major, St. Louis University, Mechanical Engineering. Mason Brooks, Lieutenant Colonel, United States Military Academy at West Point, Science of Economics. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for the class of 2025.
At this time, I would like to invite up the following: Cadet Bata and Cadet Ruas and their parents, and our Alumni Association Vice President, Mr. Jared McGee, to join me at the podium. This ring is a symbol of your time spent here at the Academy. It's a symbol of your brotherhood that you now have entered. It is a badge of honor and pride. This ring is one of my pride and joys. Seniors, no matter what, don't give your ring to a girl. Always keep it and wear it with pride. Now, parents, if you would please put the rings on your son's finger. Welcome to the MMA Brotherhood, my brothers. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the invocation, which will be delivered by the senior class historian, Cadet Adam Swenson.
Let us pray. Loving and gracious God, we thank you for all you give to us, the food we eat, the lives we live, our family and friends. Pour out your blessings on all of us gathered here, on this food and on the hands that prepared it. May it strengthen us to do your work. Amen.
Thank you, Cadet Swenson. Now I would like to introduce the senior class president, Cadet Malachi Emery. Please stay standing.
I'd like everyone to join me for a few toasts. I direct your attention to your programs. The proper responses to the toasts are listed on the back. Everyone, please raise your glasses as a 2025 Battalion Commander Brooks proposes a toast.
I propose a toast to Missouri Military Academy.
To MMA. Our class agent, Cadet Diop, will now propose a toast. To the Corps of Cadets. Missouri Military Academy President, Brigadier General Richard V. Geraci will now propose a toast.
I propose a toast to the class of 2025. To the class of 2025.
Thank you for those wonderful toasts. Please be seated. As you can see, we have 2 buffet lines, one on each side of the room. Now we'd like to ask General Geraci and his guests at his table to start the buffet line for all of us, followed by tables 3, 4, and 1. When you and your guests at your table are ready to go through the buffet line, we invite you to join the line closest to you. We would like the tables to proceed in numerical order, 5, 6, 7, and so forth. We hope that you enjoy the lovely meal that Sage Dining has prepared this evening. As you enjoy dinner, please take a moment to watch the senior video created by Senior Cadet Emilio Gomez and Mr. Matt Jackson. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as you wrap up eating, if everybody would please find their seats. Would Mr. Emery, the senior class president, please make his way up to the podium? We have another distinguished guest in the audience, Colonel Dana Raynard, United States Army retired. Colonel Raynard, it's a pleasure to have you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for the 41st Annual Senior Banquet honoring my class, the class of 2025. I am honored to ask for a round of applause for a special group of people. The Missouri Military Academy faculty and staff, who are more than teachers and employees. They are mentors, they are friends, and they are family to us. Let's give them a round of applause to show our appreciation for everything they've done for us. General Geraci, would you please join me at the podium? Thank you, sir. General Geraci, in appreciation for everything MMA has given us during our time here, we wanted to give something back. On behalf of the senior class, it is my honor to present our senior class gift to Missouri Military Academy. So here we have the senior class gift, a check of $1,300 to MMA. Thank you. Now, please welcome Cadet Grants and Cadet Swinson, who will present the 2025 Class Chronicle.
That's a lot of people. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dallas Grants, and I was born and raised in Hilo, Hawaii. Pretty far away from home, I know. Going from paradise to the bipolar weather of Missouri. But putting that aside, I want to say I wouldn't be the same person without this academy. I went from being a kid who didn't say much and kept to his own person to someone who has grown out of his own shell and became someone better. But this school has taught me how to be confident, to be humble, and to be the best man that I can be. Cadet Swinson and I want to thank you for attending the senior banquet. This year has proven to be quite the journey for everyone, especially seniors. From the chillest cadets to the most dedicated of us all, we hope that you enjoy tonight's chronicles. To give you all a bit of a backstory, Swinson and I have been here for 6 years, 1/3 of our lives. It feels like forever. We've seen hundreds of cadets and senior classes pass through the school since 7th grade. And we can assure you that this is the best class of all time. Seniors! It's crazy to think that we've made it this far, but we couldn't have done it without the support of our teachers, the staff, parents, and those who supported us until the very end. I'll begin this evening with mentions and a couple of stories from our senior class, beginning with Cadet Swinson. Swinson has always had an amazing personality and never fails to make us laugh when he's around. One of my favorite moments was when he shaved off his eyebrows in 7th grade when he made a $20 bet with another cadet. He never got those $20. Pfeiffer always brings his chair to the table too. Going to Benedictine College for wrestling, he plans to get his chemical engineering degree. He always knows how to make great times even better, especially when he's at a party. Speaking of great, one of the greatest moments I've had with Cadet Miller was when he accidentally drooled on top of my lip during wrestling practice. It was really gross. We had a break after doing some sparring, and he hovered over me, accidentally opening his mouth a little bit too much and let a droplet of spit hit the top of my lip. Pfeiffer told me that he saw everything in slow motion. We couldn't stop laughing because of how disgusting it was. Good luck with the National Guard, Marcus. Another senior wrestler that deserves some recognition is Cadet Kroll. Kroll was always one of the hard workers in the wrestling room, always working on his skills and technique. If not his skills, then working to lose some weight. Sorry, Kroll. But the one thing that could stop him was his ribs. I remember Kroll was always talking about his ribs whenever he got done with a match. Poor guy. But he kept going, no matter what happened to his ribs. However, I have to say that Cadet Gomez is a great roommate. He was everything you ever wanted out of a roommate. Clean, never made too much noise, and always took care of his side of the room. Thank you for that. It helped during leadership camp. I was always interested in history. I even liked learning about all kinds of things from different places, times, and cultures. Cadet Pele always knew about something about history in European countries. Quite the history buff if you need it. My favorite moment with him was when he embraced the suck when it came to the 2-mile run and track. Keep up the hard work, Pele. One guy that never fails to surprise me with his intellect and cunning is Cadet Rujas. From calculus to cybersecurity, he could teach you everything there is to know about something. He would always be one of those guys to finish a paper first and tell you everything that you need to know about that paper. Thanks for looking out for us. Another cadet that really knows his stuff is Cadet Maristani. The problem with him was that he would always wait until the last minute to get stuff done, especially in cybersecurity. He would get his stuff done at the last minute and pay the price for it every time. You could ask his mom about it. Despite waiting until the last minute, one of my favorite things about Maristani is his ability to draw. He always created amazing drawings, and it was nice to watch his work come to fruition. Hard work always pays off in the end, but a cadet who worked his butt off to get what he wanted was Cadet Boy. Boy was really happy about getting his first sergeant position in the course this year. He was thrilled to know that he got the opportunity to become a first sergeant. But when you work your butt off, it's nice to sit down and enjoy a moment to talk about something you love. Cadets Dion and Diop love to talk about cars and cybersecurity with Chief Landrum. The model, the parts, the whole 9 yards. I enjoyed hearing them engage in something that they were passionate about. Dolgun's favorite moment was when he attended the senior campout, pedaling on a boat and exploring Lake Miss Malacca. He had a lot of fun that day. Now for our post-grad. Cadet Elford may be a quiet individual, but he always delivers when he's asked to do something. I remember Elford talking about his experience in the barracks with Cadet Maristani. Their door always seemed to greet them with electrical shocks when they touched their door handle, but they found it funny since they teased each other about it. Cadet Handel tries his hardest to make sure that he's always tracking what he needs to do. I asked him about his best moments at the academy, and this is what he had to say. One of my best moments at the Missouri Military Academy was finding true friendships. In the midst of discipline and challenges, discovering people who understand and support me has been a gift I truly cherish. Brotherhood is real here at the academy, and know that we cherish you too, Handel. Cadet Ho is arguably one of the hardest working waiters this year. His dedication to make sure that everyone is taken care of in the mess hall during meal times is astonishing, and I'm proud to say that I'm able to work with the waiters and Cadet Ho this year. Speaking of waiters, I want to say thank you to the waiters who are working this evening and to the waiters who took care of the corpse this year. Thank you. And thank you to Cadet Jackson for always making me smile amidst the chaos whenever things got difficult. I met Jackson over the summer and knew from the moment I saw him that I knew we would get along. And an OG head shaker, Cadet Lockhart. He never fails to show off his hard work and dedication to the group. His favorite moment was helping out at Lake Miss Malacca with the head shakers during fall community service. In the words of Mr. Schaefer, righteous. Now, I'll introduce to you MMA's giant, Naziza. He had lots of fun talking with McClary, always curious and challenging himself to meet the expectations in that classroom. His best memory of the year is playing spike ball with Ryan Miles. Thank you for making this year one to remember. Almost as ancient as me and Swinson in terms of being at the academy, Cadet Rudolph has been here at the school for some time now. We enjoy your smart comments, Red Fred. We wish the best of luck to you. Although we don't talk often, I can recall Tugs having the time of his life at the Valentine's Ball. He also enjoyed skiing and hanging out at the senior campout. I wish the best of luck to you. Possibly one of the chillest guys on campus, Cadet Tumendelger has amazed me with his ability to sit down with anyone and talk to them about anything. From creating music to being someone that you can rely on all times, this cadet is absolutely the one to look for. Next, I want to say congratulations to the soccer team, especially Cadet E. Known for his great humor, he made a huge positive impact on the rest of us. Yi worked hard with the rest of the soccer team to get to where he is today. And I hope you keep on the hard work for greatness. But greatness comes with a cost. Cadet Carter learned this lesson when he was at a track meet. He fumbled in front of the whole track team and tripped when he was trying to practice his running before going out and running his event. But he still got up and ran, never giving up. Last but not least, the infamous Sanchez. Even though he's had his fair share of trouble, Cadet Sanchez has shown his ability to persevere through certain circumstances. But thank you for the laughs and the memory. Now, enough of me talking. I'll pass the rest of the chronicles over to our next speaker. Please welcome Adam Swinson.
Good evening. I'm very excited to be here tonight. My name is Adam Swenson from Youngstown, New York, and I'm the longest lasting cadet. I've been here for 6 years, and I've seen it all, and then some. Parents, I've watched your sons, my brothers, grow over the years, and tonight I'm going to tell you my personal stories about them. You may not understand all the references, but I want you to know that I'm glad you sent your sons here to graduate with me, because without them, my life would not be the same. When I started writing this speech, I was terrified I'd be too nervous to get through it. But then I thought back to this year and I remembered watching some of my fellow cadets struggle through tough situations. Take Jonathan Valesa, for example. His tough situation, running a 5K at Fort Knox Raider Nationals with no teammates. Say it with me now. Team, I need you. But he got up, knocked off the dust, washed his hands off with hand sanitizer, and finished. We won that trophy that day, and for some reason, Pro was ecstatic. He loved that trophy, maybe a little too much. I've been reflecting on everything that the senior class has achieved this year. So many of my boys are headed off to do big things, like college, the military, or wherever their path takes them. For Bishop, we're not sure, but we do know he's going to be in the gym twice a day for the rest of his life. Cadet Hagen is headed to the University of St. Louis to become an engineer. He even landed a gig as a part-time 5K timer. At the end of sophomore year, I almost got Hagen killed. We had decided to spend the summer in Alaska. There, he got a job working on a boat, and one time he got knocked off, and his knee-high boots dragged him to the bottom, and he almost drowned. It was probably that moment that he realized he didn't like Alaska. Then there's Mason Brooks, who's going to West Point, and I'm really proud of him. Me and Brooks share a deep emotional connection, mainly bonded over getting absolutely roasted by the pipe major for not practicing. Nothing says friendship like mutual trauma from bagpipes. Or Ryan Miles. He's off to the Air Force Academy prep school. My only concern? What's he gonna do if they don't serve honey and peanut butter 3 meals a day? Or let him wear his Apple Watch in class? Then there's Dave Matthews. Many of you may not know this, but his name isn't actually Dave, it's Miles. One time in middle school during the Halloween party, Miles dressed up as Jim from The Office and wore a name tag that said, "Hello, I'm Dave," mistaking Dave for Jim. Ever since, we've called him that. Anyways, he's planning on becoming a foot doctor or a physical therapist or something, I'm not sure. And then there's Luke Wolf, who's off to pursue higher education at Fulton High School. Shoot for the stars, Luke. Now for the incoming seniors, let me give you a few key pieces of advice. 1, never sing happy birthday in the mess hall. And 2, never, ever move furniture, ever. I say that because an unforgettable moment this year, Cadets Sturgeon and Miles woke up at 5 a.m., not to study, not to work out, and not even to play Minecraft. No, they had one mission: steal a corner room bunk bed from Charlie and smuggle it into Bravo, like a scene from Oceanix 11. They dragged their beds to Charlie and brought back the bunk, and somehow convinced the Naccos that they had direct orders from the Commandant. And the best part is they actually got away with it for a while. One of my favorite things about MMA is the campus. There's just something so peaceful about walking near Colonel's Field, taking in the trees, the moon, river, and me. Sorry, I lost my thought. And McBride, always playing spike ball or running around in his iconic pink running shorts. If there's one thing I know about McBride, is there's nothing more he's gonna miss than that one girl he sees once a season on athletic trips. Evenings after study hall are like entering a military academy version of the Twilight Zone. The cadets you see wandering around are very random, but no matter what, I always see Fazy. It doesn't matter the time, the temperature, or the moon phase, as long as it's after study hall, he's there. I once walked into Fazy's room and caught him full Zen mode, meditating on his bed, while his roommate hosted a 2K tournament on the other side. It was chaos and sincerity all at once. If you would ask me who was the hardest worker in our class, I would undoubtedly say Avon Hernandez, if it weren't for me sitting next to him in calculus. The amount of workouts he's done this year is crazy and very impressive. All that running just to practice running towards unattended computers in class. One time in class, I left to use the bathroom and I left my laptop open. And when I came back, I received an email from Cadet Hagen and it said, "Huh?" And I looked through my send emails and there was a picture sent to as many people as possible of Cadet Mulvaney sleeping. And Cadet Mulvaney, the world's greatest MP, always opening doors and stopping middle schoolers from using the bathroom. He's absolutely one of the funniest people I know. He's an open weekend enjoyer, and he has great basketball skills, and he always throws out the most outlandish references, but for some reason, I'm the only one who understands. Speaking of chaos, looking back at my junior year as a platoon leader, probably the worst and best and largest platoon in the last 100 years at MMA, I have so many fond memories of yelling and push-ups, and one thing I remember was Gonzalez. If you walked to his room, there was 1, a 100% chance that his window was covered, and 2, a 100% chance that he was sitting on his Xbox. Somehow, he became first sergeant, and I'm not sure much has changed since then. Another unforgettable cadet from that floor was Gambat. Not only was he on my floor, he was also my platoon sergeant, and if that wasn't enough, he was my roommate. Best roommate I've ever had, by far. I remember endless late nights of us eating pizza, chatting, and having a good time. I don't think Gambat saw it the same way. I liked him because he was so clean and he made my room look so good. And he put up with me even though I stayed up on the phone till midnight almost every night. And trust me, you do not want this guy going on open weekend with you. Ask Matthews. Cooper Johnson has been in a 6-month-long bromance with Cadet Beckett. If you see one of them, the other is right behind him, always wearing their matching golf uniforms. But I will say this, every time I see Cooper, he always makes me laugh in some way, shape, or form. One great memory I have with Cooper was taking the canoe out at Miss Malacca at what was supposed to be bedtime. Sorry, Mr. Schaefer. Where, then, around 10 at night, he fell into the lake and had to climb into bed half soaked. Bata, when I was the Echo Company commander, I had a strong first sergeant. He held up in the areas I lacked in. His discipline and abilities to get cadets to get things done is second to none. Every time I come back to the barracks, he was always running PT with the troublemakers of Echo First Floor. But what Pata doesn't know is that blanket he loaned me back in August, I still use. I actually used it last night. Thanks, Pata. Batbold, my platoon leader and fellow company commander, and sorry, this is messed up. He was also a motorcyclist, always having something nonchalant and funny to say in the middle of meetings. I remember eating pizza and watching movies on his non-regulation projector in his room. Another memorable characteristic of Batbold is his art skills. Easily the most artistic cadet on campus, always designing something somewhere. Alexander Pro, what a champion. If there's something I remember about him, it's our time spent in the woods. You know what I'm talking about. Skipping rocks and building forts at the Raider Cookout and different Raider events. Pro is a very opinionated guy, and I'm convinced that he'd be a great politician and an even better human resource officer, which he's going to study at Lindenwood University. Westerman. I'm not sure what my most memorable memory is with Westerman, but I know his least fond memory of me is whenever I asked his sister to dance at the senior ring ball. What's up, Ellie? Sorry, I have a girlfriend now. Sorry. Valessa and I were at the press box announcing, and I set the mic down and this is a news story, and began a conversation with Valessa about how we didn't like the opposing team's uniforms. Then Westerman yelled up, "Guys, the mic is hot!" And we had a 5-minute conversation about the other team, and we look over and they're all just staring at us. Cadet Termonk. My most memorable event, maybe not event, with Termonk was when he was missing, stuck in Malaysia on a month-long leave because he couldn't get a flight. Somehow, he turned a 2.5-week winter break into a 6-week retreat. Cadet Harry Davis. Davis. What a great guy. Not a good study partner in Major McClary's class, though. As Monk Buller would say, I love you, bro. Alzheim, my shaving profile brother. I'll never forget that one time you let me wear your flight jacket in class, which was covered in what I think was spaghetti sauce, covering about 20% of it. I wish you luck wherever life takes you, and you'll have to let me come visit you in Kuwait sometime. Cadet Grants. My oldest memory on this list is with Cadet Grants. In 7th grade, in Miss Miller's class, Dave Matthews came up with a little rhyme. Grantsy's got ants in his pantsies. At the time, Grants thought this was the last thing that was funny, but we laugh about it today. My class president and cadet private, Emery. Notorious sleeper, trend center, and my most fond memory of him is when he shaved his head in protest of ex-tour cadets getting their heads shaved. Emery, if you wanted to get faster in swimming, you could have just said that. Ethan Medina, who apparently would have been MMA's best soccer player if it wasn't for him tearing his ACL. Medina is one of the most laid-back, funniest people I know, and my best memory took place with him on Valentine's Day, but we don't have time for that story. Before I continue, did I miss any seniors? Did any seniors get missed here? Okay. All jokes aside, being at MMA is not an easy task. Knowing that every year you spent here was a year you could have spent at a regular high school. But let me, as the most tenured cadet, say this. No normal high school student will ever taste freedom the way a cadet tastes freedom, nor will he enjoy the thrill of free air. nor appreciate the kindness from his mother, nor understand what brotherhood truly is. What others would call hell, we have come to call home. So they can go party like there is no tomorrow, sleep half the day, skip classes, because when the day is done, we can say this: while your friends at home had vices, you had push-ups. While your friends were partying, you were running. While they slept, you were doing homework. While they were driving, you were marching. While they were dining out, you were getting yelled at. While they were studying, you were studying harder. While they complained, you sucked it up. And while they resented their parents, you were missing yours because you hadn't seen them in months. But you know what? When tap sounds and you are exhausted from all the tolls of the day, when you look ahead and see no end in sight, you know that they have enjoyed themselves all this time, and you haven't. Because when two paths diverged in the forest of our lives, one paved and easy, the other lonely and dirty, we chose the road less traveled. And for that, we are better men. Thank you.
Thank you, Cadets Grants and Swinson, for presenting the Senior Class Chronicle. I will always treasure your friendships, and now I am truly honored to introduce our guest speaker this evening, the current Alumni Association Vice President, Jared McGee. He understands what this weekend means to all of us, graduating seniors, because he was once a cadet here at the Academy. Since his time, Mr. McGee has started and rapidly grown 2 successful painting businesses with his wife Jennifer, fathered 4 sons, and serves on the Alumni Association's Board of Directors, and is currently serving as the Alumni Association's Vice President. Please help me and give a warm welcome to Mr. Jared McGee as he makes his way to the stage.
Gentlemen, as I walked these halls, it was like the first day all over again, as nothing had ever changed. I remember distinctly the smell of fall in the air, gun oil in the armory, and as a growing boy, I'd be dismissive if I left out the mess hall. During freshman orientation, we were all walking around on campus for our tour, and I see one kid running across campus like his life depended on it. I'm not sure whatever happened to that boy, but I bet he's still running. During my time, we didn't see our parents for the first time until the first weekend in October, on Dad's weekend. One night, after taps, we hear whispers in the hall. And the whispers say, turn our radios over to a certain radio station. And it was a nice night. Everyone had their windows open, and the smell of soybean was thick in the air. We turned our stereos over to this radio station, and it was silent. Suddenly, we hear a voice that could only be described as God say, "What sound does a cow make?" We heard a few moos. Everybody started laughing. About 75 seconds later, there were 300 kids making barn animal noises out of their windows. It was a fun night. My first time, my freshman year. I got to relax. We got to have fun. Unfortunately, Saturday morning drill was 3 hours long that that particular day, but none of the cadets seemed to care. Looking back, it was the first time I knew the journey at Missouri Military Academy was going to be okay. I, as a young man, was going to survive and thrive in this environment. Gentlemen, as I walked these halls, I remember another freshman, and we shared the same seat in English class. He was the class after me. The arrogance of this kid, every time he walked in or we passed one another in the hall, in my head, I'm thinking, bro, you're in the band, so you must be a geek. And no offense to any band members, that was just a term of endearment in the 80s and 90s. Fast forward to football camp sophomore year, I had just dedicated my whole summer preparing to be the quarterback for the varsity team. At the beginning of camp, coach calls me over and says, hey, I'd like for you to work with another kid at the same position. Words could not describe how frustrated I was in that moment. Obviously, I said okay. And I'll be if coach didn't call over this arrogant band geek to throw balls with me. A week later, he was the starting quarterback and I was the starting running back. 3 months later, we were roommates. The rest is history, as they say. We were roommates in our 20s, best men at one another's wedding, and not too many weeks go by that we don't chat at least once a week. For those that know him, that arrogant band geek is Command Sergeant Major Stephen McDavid and my best friend. Looking back, the time I spent at Missouri Military Academy created and built bonds that could never be broken. Cherish it. The Alumni Association uses words like brotherhood and team because we are all here to help everyone succeed, and after tomorrow, that will include all of you. Gentlemen, as I walk these halls, I think back to my junior year, literally 1 month from final promotion or senior designation. I'm on top of the world as I knew it for a young 16-year-old. I was at the top of my class in rank. At that time, for the first time ever, I was one of 3 juniors filling in at senior positions, being a platoon leader on Delta First Floor. My grades, well, they were as good as they could get for me. I even fell just shy of Delta Phi 1 semester in 3 years. My girlfriend smoking hot. Life couldn't get any better. And then I got busted down to private. My whole world just got turned upside down. For the first time in my life, I had lost my identity, my purpose, and my drive. For the first time in my life, I didn't know how to fix it. For the first time in my life, I quit. Little did I know it wouldn't be the last time, because let's be honest, once you quit once, it only gets easier from there. I would go on to quit the football team in Springfield, Illinois at SHG a month in. I would go on to have a 7-year drug addiction. I would go on to be divorced twice. I would go on to quit jobs. I would go on to lose a fortune or two. I would go on to be homeless. I would go on until there shouldn't have been anything left to quit. Looking back, I learned that my greatest fear was success. Because if I didn't try, then there was no worry of ever having to feel the way I did that day my junior year. From that moment on, I would go to get myself clean. I would go to get my second wife back. I really liked that one. I'd go to raise my 4 boys. I would go to help build 2 rapidly growing painting companies in the St. Louis and Metro East. I would go on to become the man that boy always wanted to be. Gentlemen, as I walk these halls, all the raw emotion I feel comes storming back, except for this time, it's happiness, a feeling of joy, a feeling of purpose, as I've dedicated the last 6 or 7 years serving on the Alumni Association board. We are all brothers now, and I'll end with this. I hear the general use one word at times, grit. It's generally up to you in that moment to translate whether we're talking about a person, place, or thing. But I spent the last week or so thinking about that word grit. My best translation is perseverance. It's something I know oh so well. Gentlemen, looking back, never give up, never stop trying, and no matter what, absolutely never quit. As a non-graduate, I would like to congratulate each and every one of you. Looking back, what will you remember? Congratulations, class of 2025. Thank you. I'm not leaving yet. Just old enough where I should have went to the restroom before I got up here. I would like to welcome General Geraci and Major Wheelander, who will present the Military JROTC Awards. The American Legion Award for Scholastic Excellence is the award to senior who is the top 10% of the class in academic subjects, has the second highest GPA, is the top 25 of the JROTC subjects, and has been an active participant in student activities and demonstrates leadership. This award goes to Cadet Cruz Hagen. Our next award is the Master Sergeant Billy Crawford Memorial Award. Master Sergeant Crawford was killed in Vietnam and was known for his bravery. This award is given to a senior cadet who has demonstrated bravery, leadership, and military courtesy. This award goes to Cadet Alexander Pro. Next up is the Non-Commissioned Officers Association Award for JROTC. It is given to an outstanding non-commissioned officer in the Corps who demonstrates the best military bearing, appearance, deportment, and leadership. This award goes to Cadet I practiced this a lot, I did. Bapaleg Bata. Our next award is the Association of United States Army Leadership and Academic Achievement Award, which recognizes the senior cadet officer who has scored highest on this year's ACT and SAT. This award goes to Cadet Miles Matthews. And our last JROTC award of the evening, the Reserve Officer Association Award, or ROA. It is presented annually to an outstanding fourth-year cadet for military and academic achievement. It recognizes leadership qualities, a positive attitude, and a high personal and ethical standards. The recipient typically ranks in the top 10% of their class. This award goes to Cadet Michael Pfeiffer. Thank you, Major Wielander. Now let's welcome General Geraci, who will present several prestigious awards to a few outstanding members of the class of 2025. The Lieutenant Colonel Vion McConnell Korean Trophy for a cadet officer who performs his duty with diligence is awarded to Cadet Mu Yi. The Class of 1984 plaque for the Unheralded Leader Award is given to a senior cadet who is not an officer but is respected by his classmates and is considered an instrumental part of pulling the class together. This year's award goes to Cadet Cruz Hagen. The Richard Cooper Class of 1982 plaque goes to the senior with the longest unbroken tenure as a cadet. This award is named after Richard Cooper, who was an 8-year cadet at the Academy. This year's award is presented to Cadet Dallas Grants. And finally, the 2025 Alumni Award, which goes to the senior who has been selected by their classmates as the cadet most likely to succeed. This year's award goes to MMA's 2025 Battalion Commander, Cadet Mason Brooks. Gentlemen, congratulations on all your achievements. Let's give them one more round of applause while I turn the mic back over to Cadet Emery. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McGee. Now would everyone please join in while Cadets Erman Gambat, Dallas Grants, and Alvaro Gonzalez Ferre lead us in the singing of Old MMA. The words are printed on the back of your program.
Thank you, gentlemen. Please be seated. I started teaching at MMA 4 years ago, this class's freshman year. I have had the honor and the privilege to watch your son grow into the men of character that they are today. I would like to thank the families for allowing the MMA family to be a part of your son's journey. It was our honor. I am honored and humbled in the trust that you gave to us. Thank you. In conclusion, I have 2 pieces of advice that I wish that I had learned earlier in my life. But once I learned it, the easier my life had become. Number 1, your name is your resume. When your name is spoken, people start to associate adjectives with it. Does he have love in his heart? Is he honorable? Is he a truthful man? Or conversely, is he a liar, a cheater, or a thief? What adjectives do you want associated with your name? You own it. 2, if you want to be excellent, surround yourself with excellence. Surround yourself with people and experiences that lift you up, people that model excellence, people that contribute more to society than take from it. It really is that simple, brothers. I said simple, but it is not easy by any means. People and circumstances throughout your life will try to derail you. They will try to pull you down and have you wasting your time on trivialness. Always be moving forward. Never stand idle, for anything of value is worth the struggle to obtain it. As I stand here speaking to you as a class for the last time, I am reminded how outstanding of a group of men you are, and that I feel righteousness knowing that you are the future leaders in our communities, future husbands, future fathers, and futures of our great country. It has been my pleasure to be your MC tonight. I sincerely hope that everybody enjoyed this evening and is looking forward to tomorrow's commencement exercises and final formation. We will see everybody here in the Centennial Gymtorium tomorrow morning for commencement at 10 a.m. Thank you and good night.